I was really happy to see that, and it just feels good to know that there are businesses out there that are still here to support small businesses. And I love the message that they were saying, because they were basically just like, we are here to support you. We understand this is a trying time, so the last thing we would want to do is close. So hey guys, welcome back to Stationery Muse channel. My name is Tatiana and I'm the owner of the Stationery Muse, and I love to inspire women like you to go for what you want in your life. And so today our discussion is going to take a very interesting approach to just the current climate of everything, and not in a negative way at all whatsoever, but I know you guys have been just really interested in my business tips and advice and all of that. So that's really what this is going to be about. Basically how I am choosing to move forward with my business at this time, and just different things like that. It's such a weird atmosphere. Like, you have people that don't want you to try to sell anything right now, because they feel like it's insensitive, but then you also have a lot of people that are in a lot of need of different services and things as well. So it's just a weird and strange time. I've definitely shifted my business model quite a bit, and I right now have decided to just be more of a resource to everyone, instead of trying to sell, even though my products always have a deeper meaning behind them anyway. I've kind of taken a back seat on that, even though I do have some new stuff coming very soon that I'll share with you guys still, just for anyone that is interested, because I am working on like a new collection for Mother's Day and all of that stuff. You guys know I love motherhood, and so I always want to make sure I honor my moms every year for that. But yeah, so it's just been an interesting time. Of course, I had to get myself together mentally, just my own personal well-being and all that. And then when I got that together, I'm sitting here with my business. I'm also working on this like new project that I cannot wait to share, and trying to figure out when's the right time to share it. And I know for a lot of you guys, if you are planning on starting your own business, you may even be thinking right now, like, okay, when would even be an appropriate time for me to share my business? One thing I will say though, I think that this is just such a great time to be doing all of the research and all of that. So the main thing that sparked the idea to do this video really quick is that I was on the fence of if I was going to continue my, well, not continue, but if I was going to do my Live, Love, Inspire box for April, because at this point, everyone has pretty much paid, because it's a bi-monthly subscription. And so I was deciding, like, what should I do? I felt kind of weird to do it still. And then, I mean, it's just me working on it. So I felt like, in that sense of like safety purposes, I'm the person working on the boxes. So I can take all of the precautions myself, and, you can have that faith in knowing that I'm taking all of those steps necessary. And so then I was concerned about like some of the places, because one of the places I use, I mentioned to you guys, Stationery HQ. I love them so much. They have amazing quality stationery, perfect for beginner stationery shops to dig in and work with them for your products and everything. But they are closed right now, y'all, just due to everything. And so I got a little nervous when I saw their email, because I'm like, okay, are all of my different manufacturers about to close? Like, what's going on? Luckily, everyone else is considered essential, so they're staying open. Printed Mint is still open, which is another one of my faves, y'all. I actually am going to be working with them probably for this upcoming release that I'm doing, but I was really happy to see that, and it just feels good to know that there are businesses out there that are still here to support small businesses. And I love the message that they were saying, because they were basically just like, we are here to support you. We understand this is a trying time, so the last thing we would want to do is close. So I'm grateful to see that, a lot of those messages with people that I work with and companies that I work with. So I was just really grateful for that. And so with that being said, I decided to continue on, and I am going to be doing my April box. So first of all, I just want to say this video is not in any way to sell to you. I'm not trying to get you to buy my box or any of that kind of stuff. You guys know that I share my journey and all of that, and so I wanted to just be very transparent about it. I was very nervous to move forward with placing my orders and stuff. because I get a lot of my stuff from Amazon as well that I use, and I know they have like a delay. So I'm being very creative with this box, which is cool. It's taking me back to my roots of when I first got started, that I can make some stuff here in house. I have a ton of things that I'm using. And so I encourage you guys to do the same thing, you know, look at it even in terms of just your life in general. One thing that this is just continuously reminding me of is just how simple life can be when you just have a moment to just kind of sit back and just have I don't know, it's like there's not as much distraction, there's not as much just hustle and bustle, and it just feels good, at least from me. I know everyone is kind of in it in a different way, but for me, my mind is just a lot clearer. I definitely do not have nearly as much weighing on me, just in a sense of like feeling like I have all these 10,000 things I need to do. I still have 10,000 things I need to do, but it just feels more free. And I'm really grateful for that, because a little bit before all this stuff happened, I was feeling very overwhelmed, and quite frankly, I was just ready to kind of throw in the towel on some stuff. So this was a much needed slowdown for me. Anyway, I wanted to just share really quickly with you guys the theme for my April box, because I actually think that this is a very encouraging message for anyone. And so before I get into the box theme and all of that, I wanted to give you guys a couple tips for, you know, themes or launches or anything. Like if you're trying to come up with a concept or anything, my biggest suggestion is to just first kind of think about what it is, or not, who are you trying to sell to? You know, if you have a very established business, or if you're in the beginning stages of a business, this is the perfect time to really think about who is this for, first and foremost. And starting a business especially, you need to know who you're doing things for. And then from there, now you can think about like, okay, what is their immediate need in this moment? What is something that I can offer to them to help them when they're in this situation? And you'll know that based off of who you're selling it to. You know, like if you're specifically selling to like medical professionals right now, then your journals, for example, or your shirts that you make, they may be catered towards what they're dealing with right now. You know, they're always heroes, but even more now, I feel like society is seeing them in such a different light. So just an example, but no matter who you're catering to, really think about how you can serve them in the season of where they are right now. And from there, I always love to look on Pinterest. Pinterest is a great place to start. If you just have like a word that's been on your mind, or a theme or a color palette or whatever, it's a great place to just kind of get on there, search for some different things. I know for me, I was looking up like quotes about change. And that's how I ended up coming up with the title Resilience, because it was a word that just I kept seeing, and I'm like, okay, I love this word so much. But beyond that, you know, just really think deeply into like what you want to offer. What do you feel like you could really sell well to people? What could they really use right now? So those are some ways that I usually try to think of different themes and stuff. Find inspiration, create a Pinterest board, look up quotes, look up synonyms of certain words if you're trying to think of like a specific title, or what to put on a shirt, what to put on a journal. If you have a box, what theme you want to do. And that's basically it. Like I said, I've been very fortunate to where I usually will have a theme placed on my heart, and I just kind of take it and run with it. But when it comes to some of my collections, sometimes I am kind of like in the gray area, like, okay, what am I doing right now? And so that's just a great place to start. Also, you know, get some inspiration from other businesses that are similar to you. Never copy, obviously, but inspiration just in a sense of like, what are they doing, or what did they do last year around this time? And kind of just, you know, get some ideas. It'll help you kind of get your mind working a little bit, like, or even if you are reinventing something that you created in the past, you know, maybe kind of like refresh it, change up the colors a little bit. That's actually something I'm doing right now with my Mother's Love collection that's coming out in a few weeks. But yeah, I mean, that's basically my biggest tips for just coming up with themes for anything that you're going to be coming out with, is just to dig into that. But I really wanted to share my journey with this theme in particular with you guys. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. The way that I usually come up with my box themes is that I will try to dig deep into either something I've dealt with in the past or something that I'm currently dealing with. And a lot of that is because my brand is all about helping women in different seasons of their life and encouraging them that they can move past it, if it is something negative, or they can go for it if it's something positive. So I always am trying to make sure that that is my main focus. I always want to meet you where you are and make sure that it can encourage different types of people, because some of us are younger, some of us are more seasoned, some of us are moms, some of us aren't. And so it's always an interesting thing, because I try to make it deeper than just stickers. I really want there to be a purpose behind my theme. So I take it very seriously. Usually I just really take some time and think about it. I feel like God just places it on my heart, honestly. And for this one, I had a whole different plan set up for this box before everything happened. And it just didn't feel right to do that theme. It just felt kind of almost surface level with everything going on. And so I just decided to actually kind of just take my time, think about it, and just really meditate on what I wanted to deliver in this message. So the theme of the box is one simple word. Well, it's not a simple word. It's actually a little complicated to spell if you've never used it before. But the theme of the box is called resilience. And I love this word, you guys. I was trying to look up some different words. It just kind of meant change, adversity, overcoming, and all of these things. And I played around with so many different things, but resilience just really stuck to me. The word resilient, being resilient. And so this is the Merriam-Webster definition, and it just says able to revert to original size and shape after being stretched, squeezed, or twisted. And so instantly I thought about a rubber band. Okay, this is my prop for you guys. As I'm talking, I'm doing all kind of different things with this rubber band. I used to do this thing where you put it it's a little gun and pop it at people. Did anybody ever do that? Probably not the nicest thing to do, but just silly stuff, y'all. So anyway, I'm twisting it, and as I'm talking, so resilience. We are going through a very difficult time right now in this world. Like I mentioned before, everyone is going through it in a different way. Some people are being stretched, some people are being squeezed, some people are being twisted, people are being placed in different scenarios and things that they never pictured themselves in. And, I think that's with any rough situation, not just what's currently going on, but with anything that hits you where you just are not ready, you're not prepared. I mean, that's just life. And what I found is that it just constantly kept being placed on me to talk about this, that, we will overcome it just like we do. There's so many different things that we all have dealt with in our stories as women, in our journey in life, and just how you are able to prevail, how you can overcome, how you can bounce back after something, shakes you, and whatever that may be. For example, I've always talked to you guys about the story of me after I graduated from school, and just how rough that transition was when I realized what I wanted to do didn't end up happening. And that took me years. And even so, sometimes to this day, I struggle with that, that I really had this picture of success and it just did not pan out the way that I thought. And these are the different things that we deal with, and that's on a very smaller scale compared to some things that I know other people deal with. So resilience, the box is just basically to send a ton of positive vibes and encouragement to you during this difficult season, but during any upcoming difficult season, or even if you're dealing with something that has absolutely nothing to do with the mass media topic right now, but you are dealing with some difficult things, it's just to know that you can be stretched and squeezed and twisted, and all of these different things. You can be pulled and thrown, unfortunately, and you remain no matter what. I'm doing all these different things to this rubber band, but no matter what, it always comes back to its shape. Of course, if I got ridiculous, I would break it, but you can't be broken. And that's what this whole I'm showing this as a prop is because you can't be broken. As women, we are so strong and we deal with so many different things. We can bear children. We deal with these crazy men out here. We deal with all of these crazy people out here on top of trying to balance finding who we are, finding what we love. And, just having just different backlash and things thrown at us, the media, society, all of these things that just, they put us through the ringer. They give us a run for our money, basically. But what is so beautiful about it is that we always come back to who we are. We always remain. And so that is what this box is about. It is going to be full of so much love, as they all are, but this one especially because it's a rough time, and I am always so big on making sure that I encourage you, as whether you are a subscriber of my box or just a follower on my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. This is a dream of mine, just to be able to help women. Anytime I get a comment or a message or just anything, it literally lights me up inside to be able to help you guys. As I always say, I am an open book. I'm so willing to help, and even with my new project I'm working on, I'm gonna hopefully be helping even more women with their businesses and different things like that. More information coming on that soon. I know I keep just briefly talking about it, but I've just been working on it so much, it's just top of mind. I just want to say thank you because as part of me healing and going through this process is just helping you guys and encouraging you, and it's just such a blessing to be able to do what I love to do. So I just want to thank you guys for that, for following me, asking your questions. Please keep asking, keep them coming. Share my channel with anyone that you think can benefit from it. If you guys haven't noticed, it's definitely taken a bit of a turn from just the traditional sit down, plan with me's, here's my stickers. I really want this channel to be so much deeper and so much more than just stationery. It's the Stationery Muse, but Muse is my last name. I want to inspire, which is one of the meanings of that word. It is to inspire, and that is so much a part of who I am. I'm such a creative, I'm such an artsy woman, and I just want to encourage you guys so much in just many different capacities. And so anyway, I'm all over the place, but this box is just another way for me to do that. So I will have the link down below if you guys are interested. It will only be open for a few more days. Today, as I'm filming this, it's March 27th, and the subscriptions close on March 31st. So if it's something you're interested in, definitely check out that link. The box subscription, it is $29.95 per month plus shipping, but you get about 6 to 8 items in there. I will let you guys know there is a shirt in this one. There will be stickers in it. There will be obviously stationery, different types of stationery. The only thing that I'm trying to figure out, y'all, and this is another thing, so I want to put a pin in there. I always have a pin in my boxes, and I'm struggling with the pin situation because where I typically would order my pins from would either be AliExpress, which would be China, and then there's also Amazon, which is on a delay. So I'm just trying to decide what's the best route here. If I don't have a pin in there, obviously I'll make up for it with something else. But this is just the kind of things where I think as a business owner, even no one can ever prepare for this kind of stuff, but it's just always something to kind of have in the back of your mind, is just to be prepared for change. And as I've been seeing this word quite a bit lately, is to pivot, to realize that you may have to just kind of pivot from what your original plan was, what you thought you wanted to focus on. And I know I definitely have been doing that. As much as I love the Stationery Muse and creating my products and all of that, I feel like it's so much more important right now to be a resource and to be able to help those that are just kind of needing a distraction and different things like that. So that was how I chose to pivot. I still have my responsibilities for my business, like my box and stuff like that. But I encourage you guys to do the same thing. So even if you are working on a new business, really make sure you consider that when you are working towards creating whatever message or product or whatever you're working on right now. of ways that you can always adapt to change. That's it. I really didn't have a whole lot to say, y'all. I hope that you had a decent week. I hope you have an even better weekend, and depending on when you're watching this video. But I just hope that, I'm always like repeating the same stuff. But no, I just encourage you to be resilient during this time. It's rough, but try to just find some of the joy behind it. If you haven't already, I'm hoping by this point you are seeing some of the positives that are coming out of this quarantine life. It's definitely just been a cool experience. In my last video, I talked about how I've been doing some things to improve my life, and even just that morning routine, y'all, it has made such a difference for me. So that's basically it. I finally took my twist out. It looks really cute. Maybe I'll take some pictures or something. I feel like I need to do a little something, you know. But that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed me and my prop today. In a sense, this is us. You know, we are getting bent and put into all different kind of directions, popped, twisted, thrown, whatever. But at the end of the day, we still remain. We are still here. We are strong. We are resilient. And I'll be sharing more about that box in upcoming videos, but that's it. So hope you guys have a great day. Bye.